More than 7 years worth of crimes, including $100,000 in bourbon, ends in charges for 9 people.
A Franklin County grand jury handed down the indictments this afternoon. While the indictments finally tied together 2 high-profile bourbon thefts, investigators say the thefts are part of a bigger crime ring. Sean Moody has the story, first on Fox.
Well, this case first grabbed international headlines back in 2013. That's when Franklin County Sheriff Pat Melton first announced that more than $25,000 worth of bourbon was missing from Buffalo Trace Distillery. Today, Melton announced his investigators had recovered more than $100,000 of bourbon stolen from Buffalo Trace Distillery as well as Wild Turkey Distillery. Melton said the thefts began back in 2008.
It's an ongoing pattern, and this is probably the tip of the iceberg.
A Franklin County grand jury indicted 9 people on a charge of engaging in organized crime. Melton said 3 of those people worked at either Buffalo Trace or Wild Turkey.
Toby Kurtzinger worked on the loading docks, and as a senior employee, worked down there and had access to about everything.
He said a tip led them to Kurtzinger's home, where he said investigators found 5 barrels of stolen Wild Turkey bourbon. From there, he said the Attorney General's Cybercrimes Unit analyzed phones and computers. He said they turned up communications about selling the bourbon, and it involved, of all things, a softball league.
Put Gilbert Kurtzinger here, there's tentacles that go out to these different folks, and that's how they interconnected throughout the state, was friends through softball.
Assistant Commonwealth's Attorney Zach Becker said so far investigators have recovered bottles and barrels of bourbon from Franklin, Scott, Harrison, and Laurel counties. Melton believes there's more bourbon out there. Now, Melton said that several of the people involved have reached out to his office through attorneys to see about turning themselves in. In Frankfort, Sean Moody, the Fox 56 10 o'clock news.
Melton tells us tonight that 5 of the suspects, including Kurtzinger, turned themselves in. They have since bonded out of jail.